Hey guys, Zar here. Hope all is well. It's 1:50, 10 to 2, coming out of the Twilight Zone. You can see when we look at the Twilight Zone, this has been some very classic behavior of the Twilight Zone. Here's the Dow, for instance. This is what it looks like when we move into the Twilight Zone. There's Twilight Zone behavior. This is the S&P Twilight Zone behavior. I put a circle around it already. This is the 11:30 candle, and then the rest, of course, is just sideways grind. The Nasdaq did actually move during the Twilight Zone, but I certainly wouldn't build a trading model around the expectation of that happening. So here we are coming out of Twilight Zone. It's 10 to 2, watching now as the Nasdaq is tapping into resistance again. Right, this is resistance from Friday during the New York session. It's a very key area, as you can see from several days ago, or 2 weeks before, actually a week and a half before. And watching this now very, very closely as we're tapping into a key area. Nothing really much going on here on the S&P. Again, we're likely to break out of this range either side now, given that we're moving out of the Twilight Zone, as mentioned. And we'll be watching that, and then of course something similar here on the Dow. The Dow, what I would do here, guys, is just put a nice little zone right there. I'm going to bracket these this consolidation, this sideways congestion that we had during the Twilight Zone, and wait for some kind of a potential breakout from there. I would actually do it from here. I think that body is important there. That's the 12 noon candle. And that's what I'm going to be watching here, and see where we go from there. So right now, the most compelling candle, single candle, is this one here on the S&P. That was somehow moved. All right, so watching this. Still 8 minutes left on this particular candle. Nasdaq again tapping, guys. This is important to watch the tapping, how it unfolds. Now, I'm only interested, really, if I really boil it down to the essence, I'm interested in taking trades at or near zones. So we are moving into or tapping this zone. I'd be interested in a zone reversal trade or potentially a zone break trade, but the right stuff has to happen in here, from a structural standpoint, in order for me to actually identify, set up, and enter a trade. And it hasn't happened yet. And then we have this type of thing here. And back to the Dow. For now, I'm going to put you on pause, wait for this grind to kind of work itself through, and see if we get any legitimate and optimal setups here to take. I'm only interested in optimal setups, high win rate, few losers, which are routine business expenses. I don't mind taking them, but I want to take as few of them as possible and just focus on the strongest setups, right? So that when I flip that coin and call heads, the coin is severely weighted towards heads. That's all. Be right back, guys. Pause. All right, guys, we're back here watching very, very closely now. NASDAQ sort of at a moment of truth here, at a very key resistance area here, key resistance zone on the daily. This is the daily up on the top left-hand side, left-hand corner. And this is the 30-minute, of course, down here on the bottom left-hand corner, tapping into, again, that Friday's New York area, which goes way back to here many days ago. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm doing it on purpose. It's important to place the appropriate amount of importance around these structures, in my humble opinion. All right, guys, watching now, and now we're seeing a VWAP. Of course, we have also tapped the 2.5 standard deviations here, and we're double topping right now as we speak, for the moment, at the very least. I'm just going to watch this now, see how this reacts. Again, that moment of truth, if you will. All right, entering at the market here, guys. Sell right now. I just sold in my own platform right there, precisely right there. As a matter of fact, no, 47 up here. Got a good fill on that, actually. Interesting to see. Just shorting right there, guys. It's a little micro double top at 2.5 standard deviations, tapping the daily resistance, and also on the 30 minute. So a confluence of factors, elements on the Nasdaq here. I'm looking for 10 points. Looking for 10 points. It's a quick scalp. Don't know how quick it will be, but that's the idea. Given that this is a sloppy Monday, I'm not going for huge moves here in terms of points. Just looking for the most certain move, if you will. Patiently waiting. Patience. I am watching the Three Sisters on a different monitor. I just want you to know that. I want you to always know that I'm constantly watching all three of these indices interact with each other, looking for correlation, congruency, disequilibrium, divergence, all these concepts, symmetry, proportion, you name it. Moving down now a little bit here. My second trade of the day. I took one more. It was actually my third real trade because I took an EU short this morning in the UK session, and that was a nice little winner. It was just a 10 pips, but and then I took the trade that you see beside this one, video beside this one on YouTube. All right, watching here, guys. Patience. No guarantees that this thing's going to go south. As a matter of fact, there's quite a bit of strength right now being displayed in the Dow and the S&P, and so I need Nasdaq to actually buck the trend here to go down further, to drop further. 2-minute chart here, guys. Here we go. Nope, too much strength in the other two. Really sloppy. It's 2:01 p.m. Yeah, S&P and Dow are rallying right now, so that's not helping. I'll show that to you here. See that there? There's the S&P, new highs. Dow, new highs. Fortunately for now, the Nasdaq has been bucking that trend, has not made new highs. If it did, it would be stopping me out. Patience. All right. Well, this is a grind, isn't it? I'm going to put you on pause here, guys, and I'll bring you back as this thing works its way through. Pause now. Here we go, guys, moving down. See if we can finish this thing off. Looking for those 10 points. Stop to near break even. Stop to near break even. I'll put it right above this little wick right here. Just need one more push, guys. Am I asking too much? I don't think so. One more push. And done, guys. Thanks for joining me. An 11-minute video, and that's not too bad, is it? And this thing might sink quite a bit here given where we are, but I just wanted to get the most certain trade here on this sloppy Monday, especially with the UK having been closed today. It can be a thin market with even some North American players not showing up today because they just don't have to be there, given that the entire world was not participating. This does actually happen, and I know that from personal experience, but have an amazing day. I'm sure we'll see you a little bit later on, or potentially, and have a great night. If I don't, take care now. Thanks again.